Hey everybody, Everyday Crypto, Jason and John here for another awesome episode. Jason, thanks for being here again. We're gonna do some good info again today.
Thanks for having me, John. I appreciate you.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure, man. So I wanted to get you on this little lesson, this little video, ask you a few questions. We've talked a lot of cool stuff, but I want to get a better feel for where the market is in general. In the whole story of where things are now, the narrative where things are, and I just wanted to kind of touch base and see what you thought in terms of is the market bearish, is it bullish, kind of where are we in the here and now?
Right. Yeah, that's a great topic for today for sure. I have very strong opinions on the matter, to be honest with you. So,
Good.
Are we in a bear market? I think we're in a bearish lull. So it's not super dramatic. Maybe the last 3 months. We're kind of in the third month now.
Sure.
And I know retail investors are freaking out. But to be honest with you, historically, right now, if you look at the greed and fear index or how retail investors are reacting, historically, this is an amazing time to buy.
Okay.
Because it's so perfect. When retail freaks out and they're at the all-time fear and they're selling,
right.
If you bought every time that the greed and fear index hit that mark, you'd be in great shape. Here's my outlook on where we're at in the market and why.
Sure.
Well, I know a lot of people like to look at technical analysis and kind of give that the full reasoning on why we are here, but I think there's something more going on. I think that there, in the last year, so much institutional money and 401k money and boomer money has entered the market that we are more susceptible to macro economic situations now.
Okay.
For example, the strength of the dollar. If the dollar's starting to strengthen, which it kind of has done this month, that'll affect crypto and stock markets at the same time.
Sure.
You got the Federal Reserve coming out and letting investors know that they're going to be increasing the interest rates faster than they had originally anticipated. That's super scary for, once again, stock markets and crypto because that takes money out of the atmosphere. And then there's a story that a lot of people aren't talking about that I think has a large effect on the way crypto is performing right now, and that's the war and the power outages going on in I always say this country wrong. Something's
right.
Something's right.
Something was staying on the bottom of it. Yeah.
Right. So it's where all the Chinese miners went when they picked out the Chinese miners. This is where all of them went. So there's a massive amount of hash rate in that country, and there's a political warfare going on, and they're having these. The country turned off their electricity just to keep people off the internet during this political, turmoil.
Crazy.
I think that has a lot to do with the way the markets are reacting because oftentimes Bitcoin's price action is correlated to the hash rate.
Okay.
And if that hash rate takes a massive dive, it always reflects and then it always rebounds. So in short, I think we're in a bearish lull based on macroeconomics that usually we didn't notice too much in crypto.
Mm-hmm.
And I think all of these are a good thing. I really do. I think retail investors have gotten it exactly backwards. And I think right now you should look at this as a time of accumulation.
Yeah.
True wealth.
Oh, sorry.
True wealth within crypto. People think it's made in the bull market, but it's really not. It's made in the bear market because in the bear market, that's when you're accumulating and you're buying all these assets on discount. And then the bull market pumps it up, right?
Yeah.
But retail investors got it backwards because they wait for the bull market and for all their friends to be super jacked. Oh, crypto this, crypto that. We're all going to the moon. We're going to be rich. And then they jump in and try and accumulate. Well, you're accumulating at all-time highs constantly. So it's really hard to outrun that. Mathematically, it's improbable, right? Whereas if you have conviction in what you're buying, if you've done your homework, and if you accumulated those assets during the bullish or the bearish lull,
right,
that's your ticket.
Yeah. So let me just jump in real quick. So it sort of does lend itself to anybody who's familiar with traditional stock market, with the idea of buy low, sell high, right? So we can sort of lay that template over crypto, it seems like, as well. So that logic seems to be intact.
That logic holds true in every investment standpoint. It's literally the core of every great investor on earth. And it's funny. Easier said than done.
Sure.
It's super hard to buy when the markets are crashing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what you got to do.
That's right. Yeah. So in terms of buying, what can you give me a handful or so of some stuff you're looking at that you sort of maybe might recommend for people during this particular time and place?
Absolutely.
Cool.
I'll give you the what I think are the super safe bets that have a lot of legs to run. Awesome. These are things that I'm accumulating and I feel extremely confident in.
Okay.
Right?
Yep. Absolutely.
In no specific order.
Okay. Cool.
I'll start off with Terra Luna.
Terra Luna. Got it.
I've been telling anybody who will listen the past year and a half that Terra Luna is the best kept secret in crypto.
Oh, listen up, everybody.
People are really starting to figure this out. It's all about their tokenomics and their vision. So they're trying to build out a complete chain that specializes in decentralized finance.
Okay.
And the tokenomics of the Terra Luna coin, it's revolutionary and amazing. And I applaud these guys for thinking this far out the box. It's a thing of beauty. So on the Ethereum blockchain, decentralized finance, the core of decentralized finance is stable coins.
Right.
All right. That's what you use more than anything else, stable coins. They're very important. There are tens of billions of dollars. Last time I checked, I forget the number was, I won't say, but tens of billions, a lot of billions of dollars
right.
in stable coins on the Ethereum blockchain due to decentralized finance.
Okay. On
the Terra Luna ecosystem, every time a UST, which is a US Terra, so it's their stable coin.
Okay.
Every time one of those is created on the Terra Luna network, an equal amount of Terra Luna coin is burnt and lost forever.
Gotcha. Okay.
So let me give you just a simple picture of how that works, right? So I think right now the total market, the market cap of Terra Luna is somewhere around $26 billion.
Okay.
There's easily more than that in stable coins on the Ethereum network right now, easily, many times over.
Gotcha.
So you can see as Terra Luna grows and decentralized finance moves away from the Ethereum network into places where it's cheaper and faster to do it, imagine how many billions of dollars of stable coin that is going to be needed.
Right.
We're not talking many years down the road. I'm talking right now. It's happening now.
Right.
As we speak every day, they're burning millions of dollars of Terra Luna that will forever be taken out of circulation.
Gotcha.
So just imagine if you own Tesla stock, right? I love Tesla stock. Everyone loves Tesla stock. It's a no-brainer.
Right.
Imagine if on the news tomorrow they said, hey, look, we're going to burn millions of dollars of Tesla stock every day from here until who knows when. Tesla stock would go through the roof. It would be absolute chaos on the streets.
Yep.
Right? But because it's crypto and people aren't familiar with it, that's not the reaction you're getting. A lot of people don't even know about Terra Luna and what a gem that is, right?
Right.
So I think that's a super easy thing to accumulate right now.
Okay.
And it's on everything's on discount right now. So
right.
It's a great pick.
Awesome. Right.
So along the same lines, I'm going to say Phantom.
Phantom? Okay.
So Phantom, that's a network. It's a Phantom, Phantom. So they don't have the amazing tokenomics that Terra Luna does, but they do have Andre Cronje.
I've heard of this person, yes.
Right. Most people probably haven't. And, he's like the Elvis of crypto.
Okay.
Everything he touches is golden. He's a visionary. He's the reason why DeFi accelerated as fast as it did. He's just ahead of his time.
Sure.
And he's super bullish on Phantom, and he's bringing projects to Phantom.
Okay.
That's one reason I like Phantom. Another reason I like Phantom is the Phantom DAO. DAO stands for a decentralized, anonymous organization.
Okay.
So what it is more or less, it's a massive fund, right?
Yep.
And I think I forget. There's like it would start off as $500 million. I'm not sure where it's at now.
Yeah.
Could be much higher. I don't know. What they're doing is the DAO is structured to incentivize projects to come to the Phantom network, and based on the total value locked of that project brings, they will be rewarded.
Okay.
And they're rewarded very generously. I'll give you some examples. I think the first time this came out, at least the first time I noticed it, it was on Binance. And I think Binance offered I'm getting something like $20 million.
Right.
Something much smaller than what it is today.
Sure.
So the next project that came up had to offer slightly more than that. And the other one had to do something. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to grab the attention of the developers.
Right.
There's only X amount of developers in the world right now.
Sure.
And there's just not enough to go around. So you're trying to outbid developers to come to the ecosystem.
Right.
And Phantom just came out with the largest one. So
that's awesome.
There is incentive for the total value lock to come to the blockchain. And you can very easily, if you go to DeFi Llama and just look up the graphs on the total value locked on ecosystems, and you'll see that Ethereum is by far the biggest.
Right.
And then from there, you can see the graphs. And the graphs, the price of that coin is very correlated. It's a function of almost, of the total value locked. So as total value locked goes up, the price goes up.
Gotcha.
Super safe gamble. I'm accumulating Phantom for these reasons. Let's see here.
What's another good one? Yep. These are great.
Yeah. Along the same lines, Harmony One. It's the exact same story as Phantom, except I don't know what their DAO is offering.
Right.
But there's a project currently on Harmony One called DeFi Kingdoms.
Okay.
And it's super interesting and successful, and it's so out of the box. It's amazing.
Nice.
It's a DEX. It's a decentralized exchange, but they also have these NFTs and whatnot that play off of game theory.
Right. Okay.
We can do a whole show on how amazing this is.
Sure. And we will. Absolutely.
Right. So Harmony One, I think total value locked will increase due to the activity that DeFi Kingdoms and then what projects will follow after that.
Okay.
I'm very bullish on Harmony One. I think it has a lot of room to grow. Its market cap is super low compared to its competitors. So lots of room to grow there.
That's awesome.
Right. My next one, I think, is also a very safe no-brainer.
Okay.
Illuvium.
Oh, yes.
Illuvium is going to be the first AAA action-packed, amazing crypto game.
Okay.
It's got massive backers. And the trailers that have been leaked are amazing.
Great.
Its market cap is super low. I think last time I looked, it was somewhere around $500 million.
Okay.
But if you compare it to like Axie Infinity, where I don't know, $7 to $9 billion, Gala Game, $2 to $3 billion. You can see how much room there is, and once the game is released, you'll see so much hype.
Yeah.
And I personally believe that this game specifically is going to bring off so much attention to crypto gaming that the whole ecosystem is going to blow up.
Okay.
So, and also, yeah, right. And also, the cool thing about Illuvium is not only can you invest to the coin, or you can buy land in their metaverse, or you can buy their NFTs and play their game. But if you buy their coin and you stake it on their website, you get something crazy like 300 and some odd % APY. And when I first started out, I staked, my alluvium, and I was paid back in the first month on the interest alone. Right?
That's crazy. That's great. That's awesome.
Insane, right?
Yeah.
Of course, back then it was like 600% APY, so it's come down, but 300% is still insane.
You can't get that anywhere else. There's, at least not legally. There's no other place you can get that kind of return.
Right, and it's not like there's risk associated. Like usually, if you tell somebody 300%, like that's got to be a scam. There's no way. There's no chance. But I can promise you, alluvium is so deep pocketed that they're not trying to scam you. It's just they want you to get you involved.
That's right.
They're probably going to use a proof of stake at some point or whatever incentive they need for you to lock up those tokens. But it's a no-brainer. It really is.
That's
super safe bet.
Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah.
I got one more.
Okay.
And this won't be hard. This will be hard to explain to people who aren't super crypto.
Okay.
But an insanely interesting narrative that we get to watch play out. And you get to watch these things, these experiments, these financial experiments you get to watch play out in crypto that you never see anywhere else. And this is one of these experiments. So it's called Detracted. Okay. And its symbol is BTRFLY, like a butterfly. Okay. Some sort of connection to the name and the I couldn't tell you what it is, but okay. So this one, it's a play on the curve wars that are currently happening in the decentralized finance crypto. Right. Curve is arguably one of the most important Lego pieces that the decentralized finance ecosystem is built upon. Okay. Much like the global economy, right? So if China's economy crashes tomorrow, ours will too. Like they are connected. Absolutely. Right? Yep. This is how decentralized finance is as well. They're not independent of one another. They are somehow or another all connected. Right. Curve is connected to stable coins, although it is not a stable coin. Last March, a crypto project called Convex Finance, very smart, decided to go after Curve's coins. Okay. Because Curve coins are a governance coin, which means they have voting powers. Right. So if you own the voting power, you pretty much own that project. Okay. Right. So you follow its market cap, and it's like a corporate takeover. Right. It's an attack on that project. Really, it is. Okay. And I invested in that only because I saw the vision, and I was right. Like it did like 100x. It was insane. Wow. And they did what they said they would do. And now the next level of that war is what Detracted's going to do. Right. So not to get too complicated, but Convex went after Curve tokens. You were incentivized to bring Curve to their website, okay, and then they swallow those coins up, and in return they give you their coin. I see. And then you get an interest rate for staking and whatnot. It's very beneficial. Okay. They incentivize me to buy, and then they grab Curve in exchange. Interesting. They've been very successful at doing this. They've gone from a $10 million project to several hundreds of millions of dollars. Wow. And now, actually now they're a $2 billion project. They're actually exactly where Curve is. Curve is approximately a $2 billion project now, too. So Detracted is doing the same thing. Right. They're incentivizing investors to once again bring Curve to swallow it up. And they're using Convex and Olympus DAO at the same time to accomplish this. Gotcha. In the story, right now, Detracted, I think, don't quote me on this. I think it's like $4 million market cap. Gee, I figure if it's remotely successful, it's just going to land at the $2 billion mark where Convex and Curve are. Right. If it's more successful than that and swallows those two entities, it will be massive. I got you. Either way, the upside is impressive. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I know you didn't want to get too technical, but I love the info and I love the story behind why you are so into these particular picks. I mean, first of all, just taking the math, the return you can get on this stuff for it all sort of being particular, kind of safe on the safe side it's almost magical. You know what I mean? Like it's you can't find that anywhere else in the world. You just can't. So
You said it, John. I mean,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You cannot. You love finding crypto will spoil. It's funny. I have friends that I will beg to come into crypto from traditional finance,
Right.
and they always show up judgy.
Sure.
They're opinionated on it.
Absolutely.
And sure as can be, 3 months later, they'll never touch traditional finance again. Like crypto will spoil you.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you what, my best friend's a lawyer, and I was telling him about some of the stuff that we're doing with Crypto Tax Shield and with you and crypto every day. And he's one of those old school guys. And it's just like, oh, come on, it's a fad. It's not good. And that was about 3-4 months ago. And now he's buying crypto. So, I think we all just move at our own pace and we all have our own process, but he's on board and he's one of the hardest guys to convince of anything. So
it's amazing to watch the light bulb go off.
Right.
It'll change your life.
Oh,
at first your incentive is the greed, right?
Yep.
And then you start learning about things like the importance of decentralization and how much it will change mankind.
Right.
And then you just start becoming a different person.
Mm-hmm.
It's really crazy. Crypto will change you. It'll change you.
Absolutely. And on that note, as it does change you, it'll make you smarter. That's what I'm gathering. It'll make you think more strategically. And ultimately, you want to do your homework and you want to do well at this, and you want to create that wealth and protect that wealth. And that's our main focus here at Crypto Tax Shield, is to make sure you stay compliant. Every time you do something in crypto, it almost always creates a taxable event. So we just want to empower people with knowledge and information and education, so they make the right decisions so they can keep most of what they make. So
beautifully stated, John.
Oh, thanks, man. I get one good statement a day, and that was it. I just blew it. So.
Nailed it.
That's right. Well, Jason, I appreciate this, man. This has been a handful of really good picks, great background. And I love hearing your opinion on where things are right now, based on fact, really. I mean, you're obviously not making this stuff up. This is what's going on in the crypto world. So,
absolutely, John. I appreciate you, man.
Not a problem. We're gonna do more of these. Appreciate it. And until next time.